good, loving humans. All right. All systems are online. Good morning. Here we are, ready to be completely present, ready to work on keeping the main thing. Travelers up a street called trust, headed to the ultimate destination that is the Tower of Power, that is the understanding of self. Here we are, ready to climb into our supersuits once again, making a proactive choice of planting our feet in front of us and saying that freedom is at our feet, that we can be free from the past and unafraid of the future because we are practiced at being present. Here we are, ready to flex our willpower muscles, with our minds separate, yet one, engaging in a beautiful, beautiful habit together. If I am planting my feet in the now, right now, can I really be free? Let's think for a moment on what would happen if all of our problems were solved or removed. Someone waved a wand and voila. Voila. Oh my goodness. I am realizing that my notes on the screen are the notes from yesterday. Talk about being yanked into a past moment, and how embarrassing. And this is life, but this is true. What I know to be true is that today I meant to discuss with you the idea that I am in the state of worry about these concepts that I'm sharing with you, because we were yesterday saying that we were going to change how we looked at problems, that we were going to say that those problems were indeed situations, and that this was not semantics, that we needed to not focus so much in the mind about problems, because problems keep us in the past and keep us worried about the future. Rather to say that these are situations that we find ourselves in, that these are life situations, meaning to say that a life situation can be a past or a present moment, but your life is happening now. And what I was concerned about greatly, and most certainly where I've learned this information, it's brought to surface that people can get really angry, frustrated even, when they are asked to remove their problems from their lives. Meaning to say that far too often we identify ourselves in our problems, and we have been doing so for all of our lives. Meaning to say that our environment, our family, our society has created life situations which indeed are the core of how we define ourselves. Using myself as an example, because that's the point of all of this. My trauma, my past trauma, for far too long, I used as a definition of who I was. And in that definition was how I lived my life. And it wasn't until I started to focus on the now, it wasn't until I started to recognize that I was responsible for my own wellness, and that my own wellness could only be found in the moment, meaning to say that if I tethered myself to the now, then, indeed, I could begin to gain control of my life. It did not take away the pain. It did not take away the challenge of the conversations that I needed to have with family members. It did not take away the way in which I was interfacing with this world based upon that trauma. On the contrary, it made it more real. And what I was able to do about it was only realized when I had a life situation that allowed me to realize it. And spending time in the past, thinking about what had happened, and projecting into the future about how what happened would affect me in the future, was a waste of my life. And when I focused on what I could control, which was the now, when I focused on recognizing that I could do nothing about the past or the future, I started to gain control of my life. And that's what is at the core of this idea that I'm trying to convey to you. To not live your life in your problems. To not be sucked into the vortex that is the past, that is the future. And that truly the center of your circle is the now. And you can only go as far as now. So then, how do we get there from here? We get there with patience, with faith, and with devotion, rather than impatience, rather than mistrust, rather than indifference. Let's become who we were meant to be today, who we were meant to be now. This meditation, what was the meditation? Yes, indeed. This meditation, as my notes are gone, this meditation seeks to help you find the now. It seeks to boldly go where no one has gone before, deeper and deeper into the epicenter of your circle. A focused mind is a concentrated mind, and a concentrated mind is a satisfied mind. And this meditation, it seeks to connect you to the universe that is you. The universe that is you. We do this in several stages. The first is breathing, deep belly breathing. The second is to do a body scan, creating tension. And then we will cast ourselves into the now, using our endowments of awareness, our endowment of consciousness, will, and imagination to create a scene that we can use in our meditation and that we can take into our mindfulness later on today. So let's begin. We're going to take 6 belly breaths. How we do this is we're going to breathe deep, we're going to expand the diaphragm. Not what you're used to, because we're often taught to suck our bellies in. We're going to fill the diaphragm with air like an accordion. If you're seated, your feet should be to the floor, your palms in your lap. If you're lying down, each limb should be touching a surface. Your neck should be neither tucked too far in or stretched too far back. Shoulders square if you're seated. You may get a little lightheaded, a little nauseous. You may get some pins and needles. That's okay. Actually, it's proof that you're probably not breathing deeply enough or breathing fully enough throughout the day. We tend to take very short breaths, especially when we start to get anxious and afraid and we start to get full of anxiety. So we want to focus on breathing deeply. And this full breath means you're going to bring the breath up into the chest and visualize that oxygen going up into the head. So it's the belly, it's the chest, it's the head, as Wim Hof would say. And we're going to do 6 belly breaths, in through the nose and out through the mouth, what have you. I prefer yogic breathing, which is Ujjayi, and that means that you only breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. And what you find if you're doing it that way is that you're going to feel a sensation of that breathing. Breathe as you will, what you will. So here we go. One last thing. At the top, a lot of instruction here. At the top of the breath, you're going to just let the breath go, free fall, as I would like to have you think about it. You're going to free fall the breath, allow the belly to just release, allow it to naturally contract. Don't feel the need to force the air out. Just relax the belly and allow the air to dissipate. It doesn't have to be all the way gone before you take your next breath. Just allow the air to dissipate naturally. We're going to do this 6 times. So here we go. On the first breath, full belly breath. And release. And that second breath, fill full belly breath. And release. Eyes wide open, completely aware of your surroundings. And the third time, full belly breath. And release. Full belly breath. And release. And again, a full belly breath. And release. And one more time, a full belly breath. And release. On that breath, let's go ahead and allow the air and the breath to fold into our physiology. Allow your eyes to begin to close at your own pace. Allow your focus to begin to focus in as we remove one of your senses, that is sight. Begin to focus on the guide voice. Begin to focus on the sound and reverberation. Feel the vibration of the tones. As you begin to settle in to do your body scan, and we start with our lower limbs. If we have them, as we have them, what you have. Feet, ankles, toes, fascia of the soul. The calves, knees and joints, the long hamstrings, the weighty quads, the thick glutes. Together in unison, squeeze down these compartments, these muscles, these ligaments, these tendons. Squeeze them down. Draw them in. Create a tension. You are making a focused attention occur, holding them all together tightly, wound, focused. And when you have each compartment tight, each muscle contracted, complete awareness on your lower limbs. Let go. Let go and travel through your root into the line of the chakra, into the spine, the sacral and solar plexus, the brain belly, the heart center, the rib cage. Squeeze down your root, hold it tight, draw in the abdomen, contract the pectoral, drawing this all in, holding it tight, creating tension, focused. You're grabbing it all together, which requires attention, focus, and when you have each, let go. Feel the release and the relaxation up into the shoulders, the neck, the upper limbs if you have them, as you have them, what you have. Bicep, tricep, forearm, wrist, palm, digits. Squeeze tight. Draw in. Create tension. Focused. And when you have it all together, each muscle, tendon contracted, let go. Feel the release through the throat into the head. Supersuit on. Let us don the helmet. Eyes and their sockets, ears and their lobes, if you have what you have. Teeth, tongue, gums, skin of the cheeks, follicles of hair, crown. Squeeze down. Draw it all in. Create attention. Focused. And when you have it, with a breath, let go. Feel the release, the relaxation. Let go to the clearing. Hear the voice. Feel the vibration. Let go of each distraction, of each thought bubble. Do so without attachment. Feel the sunshine beaming from your pocket. In this now, as the moment, as it occurs, and your self-awareness draws you into the expanse of your circle. Feel your consciousness rising, the crystal clear you. As you are, use your will to choose imagination. To be the artist of you, the creator of an image. Each artist needs an instrument, be it pen, be it brush, chisel, pencil, guitar, drum. Pick up your instrument. Choose your instrument with the hand of your mind's eye. And with long smooth strokes and strums create the image of a globe, a sphere. Let the colors come. Let the tones tell you. The sphere that you will peer into to connect to now. As you flow, connect to the connection that is inside of you, to the electric surging free, to the cosmic you. You create this scene. You set this scene. Set down your instrument. Allow the scene to float in the expanse all around you, in your consciousness. Let go of creating. Let go of knowing. And be. Been here before, be for the first time. Go into the complexity. Be in the simplicity. Holding it up to the sunshine that is beaming from your pocket. Smooth the scene into a ball. This is a ball that will exist as a universe inside of you. Hold the ball out in front of you now. Again, peer into the scene. See the globe, the sphere that you will use to connect to now. Holding the ball out, release it. Allow it to drop and splash into the center of your circle. And feel the ripple as it splashes down. And as that ripple pushes forth, let go of all you do not know. Let go of all that you may not understand. Let go of all that you cannot control because. And as you feel your ripple pushing forth, as you feel the circle growing and expanding from your acceptance, say, I will use my self-awareness to focus on what I can control. I will use my consciousness to focus on what I can control. I will use my will to focus on what I can control. I will use my imagination to focus on what I can control. I am the programmer. This is my program. This is the space that exists in between the stimulus and the response, the space where I stand in the center of my circle, where I have the freedom to choose my responses. I want to believe. So say we all. Now call your attention to a light breath, to a breath light, as you allow the world back into your head, back into your neck, your shoulders. Call your attention to a light breath, to a breath light, as you allow the world back into your heart center, into your brain belly. Call your attention to a light breath, to a breath light, as you allow the world back into your limbs, upper and lower, as you have them, what you have. As you, at your own pace, begin to open your eyes and focus on the you of today, the you of now, the you who has never left, the you that is not the drop in the ocean, rather the you that is the ocean in the drop, the you that knows that you can use the power of your imagination to see yourself long enough in any situation to choose your responses. Welcome back to that place, to this place, to the place that you have never left. If you have that cold water, do drink it down. We are drinking that water each and every day as a way of bonding, and also as a way of lowering the body temperature just a little bit to trick the brain to kickstart the metabolism. So, as to not go throughout the rest of my day completely embarrassed that I had put the wrong notes up on the screen, I am hoping that today's treatise, that the lesson landed well, meaning to say that in no way do I mean to take away from you the challenge that you face each and every day in your environment, in your family, in this society, on this planet. And that I do mean to ask you to challenge yourself to change the way that you view your problems. And one of the ways to do that, in not a way that is semantics, is to consider that these situations that we are in cannot be immediately solved in the now, and that the now is all that we really have. And the more that you stay focused on it, the better off that you will be when finding how to deal with those situations. I love you all individually and as a group. I would encourage you to please spend some time writing down what was your scene, that sphere inside of your sphere. How will you use it later on today when the entire world is bearing down on you? How are you going to use that scene? That's the idea that we are after here in this meditation, to be able to take the meditation later on today into the rest of your life, so that in your future now, you can use your meditation and be more mindful. Because we have the ability as human beings to observe ourselves without evaluating our being. And it is the highest form of consciousness, as Krishnamurti did say. So, as my man Jimmy said, why don't you get your mind together and come across with me, and then we will hold hands and watch the sunrise from the bottom of the sea. Are you experienced? Go out and get yourself some. I'll be back here tomorrow, and I hope you will be too. Please share this decentralized revolution with everyone, because I do believe that we can change the entire world this way. It starts from within, my good humans. I love you all individually and as a group. If you need me, reach out. All you gotta do is call, and I will be there. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Look out for the song. It's coming to you. Peace and love, my good humans. Peace and love.